Front and center, there you go. Good morning, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Linda, and I will be leading the meditation this morning on Practitioner Sunday. We're all in different roles today, and it's going to be an enjoyable time for everyone. So let's just stop right now. It's funny that when we start spiritual practice, the first thing we need to do is stop. And so I stop. And I breathe. Breathing in deeply through my nose, letting it out through my mouth, recalibrating my emotional system. Allowing myself to just be here now with the realization that now is actually when I live my life. This is when I do what is mine to do. And today I take a moment to look at my life, to embrace my life, to bless my life, to trust and to know that everything around me is here to sustain me. Everything around me is part of who I am. I remember there is only one life being lived, and it lives itself as the sky, as the earth, as the water, as light, as plants, as animals, as minerals, all of it, partaking of the nature of the one. And I am part of that infinite connection. Whether it's an infinite galaxy, billions of light years away, or me here on my little planet called Earth, there is a connection at the core of my being to all of it. And I just take that in for a moment and allow myself the exquisite peace of knowing I am part of something so vast, so extraordinary, so exquisitely diverse. And I share something in common with it all. There are days when I don't feel connected. There are days when I feel lost. There are days when fear feels like the driving force in my life. And I allow myself to develop a new relationship with my emotions. They are here to inform me. They are here to guide me. And I am cultivating a new relationship with fear. What if I thought of it as a wondrous indigenous trickster? What if fear were the coyote? What if I trusted and knew that whatever it suggested, I could do the opposite? What if I embraced it for its sly old wisdom and used it to discover when I'm headed in a direction that does not work for me? And so it is with life. I explore. I try it on. I see how it works. And I either add it to my tool chest or keep it for another day. And I breathe. Life is here for me in all of its aspects. The ones I find beautiful and the ones I find despairing. There is something to be gained in everything, even when I can't see it in this moment. So I bless my life. I bless my home. I bless my family. I bless my friends. I bless my body. I bless my communities, my spiritual communities, my social communities. I bless my country. I bless nature, the trees and the hills that are there for me to climb, and the rivers that flow to the sea. I bless the good that is all around me, simply asking me to see it. I embrace the peace in my heart, and I bless it. I embrace the sorrow in my heart, and I bless it. Giving myself time to be in the now. Giving myself space to know what is mine to do. Giving myself love to receive and to give. I bless this life I am living. There is a power for good in the universe that is greater than I am, and I can use it, and it can use me. And everything that comes into my life is part of my human experience. It grows me. It stretches me. It expands me. It cradles me. And sometimes it drops me on the floor so that I can retain balance and equanimity. There is always something good in every experience, even the unexpected, especially the unexpected. Slowly and gently, I bring myself back into this room, into this space, into the here and now that is the truth of me, that is my life. And I breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. And in through my nose and out through my mouth. And one last deep in and out. And I give thanks for this day. I bless this day. I trust this day. I know this day is good and very good. And I let it be so. And so it is.
morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Radiant and this is my sweet baby grandchild Malachi, and then this is
Linda.
And Kathy?
And we are all grateful members of your Joy Note song leading team. If you will please rise and sing our songs.
I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love you the way you are, and there's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you. Behind your fears, your rage and tears, I see a shining star. And I love you just the way you are. I love the world the way it is, 'cause I can clearly see that all the things I judge are done by people just like me. So till the birth of peace on earth, which only love can bring, I'll help it grow while loving everything. I love myself the way I am,
And still, I want to grow.
but change outside can only come when deep inside I know I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love myself just the way I am.
Awesome. And if you'll please turn to your neighbor and greet them.
Good morning. Like I'm about half asleep.
Well, good. It's all good.
Good morning. Okay.
And if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret,
And if you have a device, please silence it now, and thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday with us.
Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Kathy Day and I will be our presider this morning. This is Practitioner Sunday, in which all the practitioners are performing all functions of the service, from the meditation to the song leading, everything. It's all practitioners. So if you ever want to know who all the practitioners are, yeah, we're almost all here. Okay, so presider duty. Oh, if you are new to the center, if you want to find out what's going on here, please fill out one of these sheets in the lobby that give us your contact information. A newsletter is sent out every week that lets you know what's going on here, and ways to sign up and join and participate in the fun and happenings of the center. Let's see, next, okay. We have a global vision or declaration of principles, and we read one of these each week. And this is number 13. We envision a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. The practitioner of the day, well, we're all the practitioner of the day, but we will be having, let's see, oh, Danu is doing the opening treatment, but before we do that, we will sing.
Please stand.
We are one, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity we all live in harmony, and peace has come, for we are one. We are one, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity we all live in harmony, and peace has come, for we are one.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Danu, and I'll be giving our opening treatment or affirmative prayer. So I invite you all to close your eyes or have a soft downward gaze. And I will speak this treatment from the I Am presence that connects us all. So as it hits your ears, know that it is for you. Just get in tune with your breath. Put your hand over your heart if you choose. Just breathe in through the nose, and out through the mouth slowly. Just do that a couple more times. Remembering that there is one mind, one heart, one love, one creative power and force that created everything we see out of itself. I call it Source, for it is the source of all life, of all beauty, all connection. I know that this source is the source of courage, of passion, of love and desire. And as a piece of all there is, I know that I am one with this source. This energy is all that I am made of. And all of these beautiful and sacred qualities are alive within me. As I know this truth for myself, I know this truth for each beautiful being here. For we are all united in the I am that is source. And in that I am, I know that I was born ready. I was born worthy. I was born with courage to be who I came here to be, to live in my fullest and deepest expression. I allow my passions to guide me. I allow love to guide me. I allow the courage and strength of this source to guide me when it's time to stand up for what I believe in, to stand up for who I am, to stand up for my neighbors, for my family, for my friends, to stand up for every being on this planet. For I know that we are all worthy of love, of peace, of joy, and expressing life to its fullest. I am so grateful to be divinely guided by the source. I'm so grateful for this day, grateful for this life, grateful to know what matters most to me and how to express it in its fullness. Knowing the power of my word, I release it into the creative law of mind. I let it be so, and so it is.
Oh, one thing I forgot earlier is to mention that I've been in this teaching for 25 years now, and I have to say that it has absolutely transformed my experience of life, my relationships with everything and everyone, and I give thanks for all the teachers and people who have brought this center to be so that when I moved up here, there was a center here waiting for me. So that is my blessing. And now we have a June affirmation. This will be the last Sunday of our June affirmation. It'll appear on the screen. I will read it once, and then you can join me and we'll read it again. There is more to life. There is more to me than meets the eye. Trusting my higher self to guide me, I embrace all of me. It is never too late to be my authentic self, and never too soon to take the first step. So now with me, there is more to life, there is more to me than meets the eye. Trusting my higher self to guide me, I embrace all of me. It is never too late to be my authentic self, and never too soon to take the first step. Yes. And the speakers today on the topic of Out and Loud is Susan Cochran and Sister V. Stubbs. And today's music, which is coming up almost immediately, is from the house band Matt Trader, Mo Schneider, and Paul Worcester. Go, take it away.
If you will settle into your seats, we'll go into the meditation portion of our Sunday service. If this is your first time, it's just a few minutes, and I inspire you to close your eyes or have a downward gaze after we sing this short song.
I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am
Good morning, everybody. My name is Susan. I'm a practitioner here at the center. It is lovely to see all your friendly faces. I'm happy you're here today with us. The talk title is Living Out and Loud. And that means to me that we should be talking about what it is to be authentic and living your true authenticity. First, I want to tell you a little story about a woman in her 50s who has had a really rough life. She doesn't remember much of her childhood. Big chunks of memory is gone. By the time she was 12, she was experimenting with alcohol and drugs. By the time she was 14, she was running away from home. 17, she was in the wrong crowd, dating much older men that were not nice to her. She was a victim of domestic violence, sexual abuse, and had some really bad car accidents. And when she had these accidents, she had a lot of physical ailments that caused her a lot of pain in her life, injuries to her back and spine. And so she became addicted to drugs and alcohol. Primarily opiates and alcohol. And she spent most of her life on those substances and dabbled with drugs as well, trying to shove down the pain, deal with her pain of her body and the losses and the tragedies she had witnessed in her life. She also was witness to some really tragic events. She was present for a shooting and held a man's hand while he was passing from being shot in the head. She sat with a young girl that she lived with and helped take care of that was 16 years old and stayed with her while she was on hospice and held her hand while she passed. And so with all of these things in her life, she had a really tough time, but she got it together. And she built herself a business. She became a workaholic, worked really hard, met the man of her dreams, built a business, and made a lot of money. The man that she was with also had a lot of money, and they lived a fancy lifestyle. And she worked in her business for a decade, and her business was service related, so she helped people, and she felt very fulfilled. She found out that one of her employees was embezzling money from her and stole thousands and thousands of dollars for her, somebody that she had trusted and given a lot of help to. And then she put a lot of money in investments, and a market crashed and she lost all of her money. She had given a contractor $70,000 to build an addition on her home, in which he screwed that up, and when she went to go sue him, he left the state, and she ended up losing her home. After a decade of a pretty stressful practice of her business, she left her business. Her partner became violent, and she was abused, and she left that situation, and she went off on her own, once again dealing with alcohol and drug abuse issues, and just trying to struggle to make it in life. She lived in her vehicle for years, homeless, but also was able to travel and spend time with family members, and also took care of some people who were ill. And so that is the basic highlights of the story of this woman that had a really rough life. And now I'd like to take a moment to tell you another story of another story of a woman in her 50s who had a really blessed, wonderful life. This woman had an uneventful childhood. Her parents did everything they could for her. They put her in ballet. They gave her piano lessons. They taught her how to play golf, and she ended up going to college on a golf scholarship. She went on to, in her 20s, she would work and she would travel, and she ended up having opportunities to travel all over the world. She island hopped in Greece. She drank the finest wines in Italy, dined in France, and had amazing experiences. And then she decided that she wanted more, so she went to law school and became an attorney, and she practiced law for a decade. She built a big, huge practice. She worked diligently, made a lot of money, met the man of her dreams, who was a professional athlete, who had a lot of money. They had the big lifestyle. They had so much fun. They threw big parties. They had penthouse suites. They did all kinds of fun things and had a huge group of friends. They were really the power couple. Really had a great time with one another. And so they drifted apart, and the woman then, so they left each other, and the woman decided to leave her law practice and have a simpler life. She felt like it was a stressful 10 years. She had classic burnout, so she went to go and find herself. She traveled some more, spent some time on Mexico beaches, traveled around the world, spent time with family and friends, was able to take care of people she loved, was able to take care of her mother in her last years of her life, and had a really beautiful, fulfilling life. She definitely had her challenges, but she always knew that everything was working out and that she had it within her to handle any challenges that came about. So both of those stories are about me. I am that woman in her 50s. And what I would like to say is that we all have those dark stories and those light stories in our lives. We all do. If you don't have one, you probably led a pretty boring life. I'm sorry. So we can all look at and focus on whatever it is that we want to focus on to identify who we are in this world. If we want to, we can just focus on the things that are victimizations of ourselves. If we want to, we can focus on how much money we've accumulated and how much we have and what we own and what other people think of us. That can be our identity if we choose. But really, as religious scientists, we know that none of that is what makes us. We are not our clothing, we are not our appearances, we are not what happened to us, we are not the decisions we made in the past. And I choose to reframe, not suppress what I went through, but reframe to know that life has been happening for me and not to me. That I have learned from my experiences, that I'm proud of my 10-year sobriety. I am proud of the fact that I've made it this far, and I'm a powerful person because of it. And I choose not to live in my past. I choose not to, I don't even associate it. When I tell those stories, doesn't even feel like it's me. Like that, I feel like I'm talking about somebody else. Because I've just really, I don't identify with that anymore. Like I identify with what I'm doing here and now and being the best that I can be. And, but that wasn't always the case. When I had attended a Tony Robbins event, and Tony Robbins did something like this on stage. And when he did it, it really was impactful to me. But when he had us do it then ourselves, I bawled like a baby when I went through and dug up all the crap in my past and for the dark story. Stuff came up that I had suppressed, stuff came up that was triggering me, and I literally just cried and cried and cried. I've done this story again during one of our practitioner classes, and it was a little bit less I was a little bit less triggered by talking about my past. And now I've gotten to the point, quite literally, I just don't identify with it. It's not who I am. What I know for myself is that I am an eternal being. I am divine in nature. I am whole, perfect, and complete exactly the way I am. I allow the divine energy and source to flow through me. I am one with unconditional love, and I am looking for my connection, my greater connection with divine spirit and with everyone around me that I know that I'm one with. And as I know this for myself, I know this for all of you, that you are divine. You are perfect just the way you are. You are not your experiences. You're not what your stories are. But, you know, I invite you to take a look. You know, what do you identify with? What stories do you tell about yourself? Because there's a lot of times that we wake up in the morning with that old recorder going, and we're going to, out of habit, repeat that with our day. So let's remember and say it often, how blessed we are, how beautiful life is, all the blessings there are to look for in our life. And that is who we really are. When we know that, we don't look for other people's approval anymore. When we know that, what people say to us doesn't hurt. What people do to us, it doesn't hurt as much because we are solid in who we know we are. Then we're able to live our authenticity because we're not afraid. We're not afraid of being shunned. We're not afraid of someone not loving us because we have that solid love within ourselves. So it all comes within, and that's where it starts for authenticity. I would like to close with reading you the lyrics from a song that we had sung here, that I Am Light. Have you guys heard it? I Am Light by Indy Irie. It's such a beautiful song. If you haven't heard it, pull it up. V sang, oh my gosh, V made me cry when we were all up here singing it they were on, I think it was Christmas that they sang it. It brought tears to my eyes. I am light, I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of brokenness inside. I am light. I am not the mistakes that I have made or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I'm not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. Shine on, friends. I love you.
Thank you, Susan. Wow. Hey, y'all. My name is Sister V, and I am so honored to be here and with you all today and talk with you. You know, like you said, like she said, the topic is living out and loud. And as I was preparing for this talk this week, I wrote 2 versions. I was kind of like, what is this 2 versions thing? It's in the universe. And the one version was just, just a talk. I just came to me what I wanted to talk about, and I wrote it out. And then I said, it would be really neat if this was like a poem, a poetic speech. And so, I put this, now, I won't take full credit for this because I did put this in the chat GPT, but it took my words and put it into a spoken poem, okay? Living out loud. I came today to speak of truth, of fire, soul, and sacred youth, of living life without disguise, uplifting hearts and opening eyes. To live out loud is not a trend. It's calling forth the truth you send. It's standing tall, unmasked, unchained. It's dancing wild in the sun and rain. Step 1, be your true, authentic self. Be your true, authentic light, the self you brought from realms of night, the self before the world said no, before it taught you to dim your glow. You came to earth with dreams intact, with love, with fire, with soul packed fact. So let each word, each breath, each day reflect the truth you came to say. Your values rise in all you do, in love, in peace, in what is true. In family, trust, and healing grace, in spirit's light upon your face. Step 2, embrace vulnerability. Step 2 is this: let the guard down, embrace the soft, release the hard. Vulnerability is not defeat, it's truth laid bare, it's soul's heartbeat. Try to cry, to speak, to feel, to fall. That's not weakness, that's your call. That's strength that opens up every door. That's courage knocking at the core. Step 3, love yourself unconditionally. Now comes the third, a sacred vow to love yourself and love you now. Not when you're better, not when you've changed, not when the pieces are rearranged, but now this breath, this very skin, this soul, this wound, this light within. Seeing, loving self is sacred ground. It shifts the stars, it shakes the sound. This body's not a flaw to fight, it's your vessel, it is your light. Speak your truth. And when love lives within your name, you'll speak your truth without the shame. Even if your voice is low, even if the wind don't blow, even if the crowd is still, you speak, you move, you will. You see, we've been taught to stay in line, to keep the peace, to dim the shine. But truth, my friend, must find its place. It builds the bridge. It heals disgrace. So I ask yourself, when feelings rise, what's the message in the skies? Because in all we feel and see, there lies the soul's great prophecy, a call to creation. You are a creator, born to dream. You are part of love's eternal stream. So don't wait for the stars to fall. Just rise, just leap, just heed the call. Let what you value light your path. Let what you love ignite your craft. Forget the fear, forget the doubt. This is the moment. Let it out. Ask yourself, what makes me sing? What joy, what love, what sacred thing? Then chase it, shape it, lift it high. Let passion point your holy sky. The truth of who you are. You're not small, you're not lost. You're soul divine, no matter the cost. You're the breath, the fire, the flame. You are the light that won't be tamed. You are the dance, the dream, the spark. You are the sun that breaks the dark. So trust your steps, trust your path, your voice. Let your spirit move, make your choice. Release the doubt. Let go of fear. Let God hold and draw you near. You are valued. You are whole. You are infinite. You are not just a human being. You are a soul seeing, breathing, and believing. You are living art in motion, love in action, spirit devotion. So live out loud, let silence break. This world is waiting for the noise you make. Thank you. And now it's time for our offering, I believe. Oh, transformational moments. Forgive me. Kathy Day is going to come up and give us our transformational moment. Thank you, Kathy.
Okay. Transformational moments are moments where we apply the teachings of this center and we see our situation and stuff transform. And this happened just a few weeks ago, and it's just a reflection on how our perspective shapes our experience of things. We were in the parking lot of a motel. We had gone to California for my husband's gig, and he dropped his CPAP machine. His case wasn't was unzipped, and it fell out. And his experience was that it broke into 1,000 pieces, and he was devastated because he thought it would affect his performance. Everything would be totally hosed. But what I experienced was that it did indeed break. I picked up the pieces. It turned out that there were only 3 pieces, and I snapped them back together and went inside the room and plugged it in, and it worked fine. And it worked fine. But it was just the difference between my perspective and the difference between, I mean, he in his mind's eye saw it break into 1,000 pieces. And so it's just a matter of perspective created my experience. And my experience was this thing was going to work. And it did.
I am so lucky. And what I say about myself is what's true about all of you. We are so lucky because we understand this teaching, that we are here in a space with so many other people and have been so graciously reminded this morning of our magnificence. When I think about life before Ernest and life after Ernest, how magnificent it became when I recognized that there is only one source and that everything that has come in my life, whether it felt like something I welcomed in or whether it felt like something I was resisting against, what I knew was it was a challenge from that source to take me to my next step of understanding and to recognizing my magnificence and how I'd been created to be so unique and so authentically me, which is always 100% of your time taking, is to develop you as you. And knowing there is no competition, there is not a second person like you. We are the fingerprint, even the eye imprint has never been duplicated. I love this opportunity to stand up here and to be grateful for the fact that this teaching exists, that this center exists, and that everybody that we are with in this room are there to support each other and to understand each other. And so I'm going to ask you to know how lucky you are and think about all the things that have come to you and are in your life right now. And to either take a check, if you have a check, and put it over your heart, or if you have money, put it over your heart, or know that you give whatever it is, love attached to it. So please repeat after me. I bless this gift,
I bless this gift,
for I know I give it as a thank you.
For I know I give it as a thank you.
And I know that I can never, ever outgive God.
And I know that I can never,
ever outgive God.
So I'm not going to try.
So
I
I'm
will not try.
This is not a tip.
not a tip.
This is a thank you.
This is a thank
Thank you.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks. We give thanks for everything. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks with this offering. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks for everything.
So, now what happens?
The band plays song.
Hello.
Beautiful music.
Well, Susan, your story, your two stories, brought up a memory I haven't thought about in decades. It just came to me as you were telling the stories. I was a fairly young kid. I hadn't gotten into middle school yet, and I was becoming a very angry little kid. All the time, angrier and angrier, and I didn't know why. And my parents hadn't figured out why either. And at some point, and I don't know that my mom wanted to give words of wisdom, but it was what I needed to hear. She said, "Whoever told you life was fair? Who told you life was fair?" That just hit me like a thunderclap. Like suddenly, I realized it's not about winning. You have to lose one. You have to win one to lose one, and you have to lose one to win one. I thought it was supposed to work that way. But you can apply for 30 jobs. And then the 31st time you try, you get the job that you wanted, that you needed, and it makes it more than worth it. So maybe you lost 30 times and you won once. And it's better than fair, right? Musicians, we have a thing, they call it paying your dues. You toil for years and years and years and years. And then you toil some more. But at some point, you get something that made it all worth it. And, many of us have had this experience at various times in our life. And that's the wisdom I'm imparting now, for what it's worth. Here's a song that's a little bit about living out loud. It's called June is Busting Out All Over. Yeah, Roger and Hammerstein.
All right, it's time for announcements. Momentarily. Who am I? I'm Danu, as I already said. Are we having discussion group today? I don't think we will. Our practitioner team is going to be having a special talk circle for ourselves after the service, so we will not have the discussion group today. The transmission meditation is every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. in the meditation room, led by Bethel Evans. We have men's coffee every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. at the 5th Street Market. So you get your coffee downstairs and then meet them upstairs. Writing from Your Soul is going to be Thursdays at noon. And does anyone have more info about this?
It's going to be Fergie and Sandy Chavez are leading it, and they'll, bring a pen and a notebook.
Okay, bring a pen and a notebook. And we have the bereavement group Thursdays at 1:30, also in the meditation room. First Saturday workshop, Susan and I will be co-facilitating this workshop all about forgiveness. So we're going to have some different practices and tools, and Susan is also going to lead us through a cord cutting ritual to help release old ties and energy. And that's, go back for a sec, July 5th, Saturday at 11 a.m. So please do come. The shadow class, Reverend Linda will be teaching. It's a 6-week course starting July 10th or 11th, depending if you want to meet in person and online. And I will say to you, this shadow class has been one of the most powerful, transformative classes I have ever taken through this organization. You do not want to miss the shadow class. Invite a Friend Sunday, July 6th, so that will be the first Sunday of July. We encourage you to invite a friend or 2 or 3 or 10. And it's also birthday and potluck Sunday, so if you feel called to, bring a dish or a yummy dessert, and we'll all share together. Yes, first Sunday potluck, next Sunday. We're still doing our Trash to Tithe fundraiser, so you can pick up a bag from the office here and save up your cans and bottles and then drop them back off here. So we regularly bring those in, and it's a wonderful, easy way to help get some extra money into the center. The book boutique will be open after the gathering today, so feel free to browse our books. And we are always looking for volunteers and people who want to be of service, whether that be for supporting us during events, whether that be being a greeter, whether that be helping with gardening and keeping our space beautiful. There's always opportunity for service. So please reach out to one of us or Susan in the office if you want to help out. And thank you to our featured artists displaying their art on the walls here. Ellen Gabehart, Katie Dreyfus, Amy McQueen, and our beloved Susan Cochran. All right.
I have a quick announcement. As many of you know, I am going to be going to a New Thought Center for Spiritual Living convention in Lake Chapala, Mexico, in the 3rd week of July. And so I wanted to let everybody know you are all welcome to join me if you have a wild hair and want to go have some fun in Mexico. So there's going to be, I was asked to go and help with some administrative function things there, and I was told I could have a scholarship for that, but they are a little bit low on funds for their people in Mexico to be able to come, and so I wanted to leave that money for other people to be able to attend. So I am asking to raise just the portion of my convention. I have paid for my travel expenses. The convention was $777, and I have about $500 left to raise for that. So if anybody wants to contribute to that and to my attendance for that, that would be lovely. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions about it and think you could come, please let me know, because I'd love to have a friend. All right. Cheers.
Right? So, if you will settle into your seats And I'm just going to do our typical little healing circle. If there is anyone in this room who has something that could be better, maybe 1% better, maybe 347% better, or maybe your life is just so freaking amazing that you just will take more of that. I'm going to count to 3, and maybe if you would just say it out loud, we could all say it out loud at the same time. So maybe if we could all just think of a word of something that we would pray for. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Prosperity. All right, now, in this teaching, like I'm a licensed practitioner, and Suzanne Cochran's a licensed practitioner, Kathy Day's a licensed practitioner, Danu Green's a licensed practitioner, and V Stubbs is a licensed practitioner, and so is Reverend Trish, as well as all the other things, and Reverend Linda and all the other things. But in our teachings, everyone else is a practitioner. You may not have a license, but you still have that ability to know for other people. So now if I could have anyone who's willing to hold space for someone in the congregation to raise your hand. Perfect. And so I'm just going to do a little prayer, and it's going to be generic, but God knows the word that you said. You said it out loud, so it is. It is. So I know that there is only one power, one complete presence in all things. And I know that as God is all there is, that when I speak these words, that I'm speaking these words of God out into existence, and they are. I know and affirm for anyone who can hear my voice, and for all the voices that were just spoken out, that they are. That all of that beauty is already manifest. That all of the healing has already transpired, and the goodness is gotten. We got it. We got it all. And I'm so grateful that I can come and be in this community of like-minded individuals who will hold space with me and be grateful for all of the things, the rainbows and the unicorns. And I'm just so grateful for everything. And I release this into the consciousness because I know we are already healed and saved and all of those things. I know it because I believe that before I even say these words, that it's already done. And I know this to be true. And if you'll say with me, and so it is. And now we'll go into the not peace song. Oh, maybe it is the peace song.
I release all fear.
And embrace the courage to live out loud.
So it is.
So it is.
Woohoo!